A different, but in recent times, growing group gathered at the cenotaph this year. The descendants and friends of the Chinese Labour Corps, the CLC, a hastily assembled unit of labourers who did their bit on the battlefields of World War I. 140,000 of them who worked with the French and the British right through the Great War, digging trenches, loading trains, carrying ammunition. It was hard work, but the men were selected for their toughness and shipped from their homes to an industrial war zone they could never have imagined. European army discipline could be tough.
My grandfather knew that if there had to be punishment meted out, there was a choice between having the labourer flogged or fined. So he went to the head ganger. He said, always flog, because though that sounds very brutal, he said that the labourers were here to make money, and a flogging would mean nothing to them.
But the workers were joined by fellow Chinese students in Europe who gave them language and culture classes in the camps.
So I think some of them did remarkable work in training them how to read and write and to understand European values, European customs.
There are some 2,000 graves across Europe's fields for those who died from bombs or disease. Most of the rest went home, eventually. The last surviving member died in France in 2002 at 106 years old. But now all their memories are preserved.
When we think about war, we tend to remember only the soldiers who took part in it. But we forget about all those who built up the logistical support, you know, the mappers, the home guards, and also the labourers who worked behind the lines digging the trenches.
Many countries lost people during the Great War. Now, unrecognised for many years, the men of the CLC can join the ranks of those officially remembered every year at the same time, 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month, Armistice Day. As the time grows more distant, more communities are being included in a ceremony that was once the exclusive preserve of English nationals. It might now be becoming more of a family. Andrew Wilson, CGTN, Westminster.